Hey everyone! Really sorry about how late this was. I got off the plane on Sunday at like 3 o'clock and had to go straight to work, and I am just now able to kind of sit down and go through this. So this is my fourth weekly update since starting my challenge, and I wanted to celebrate a bit by revealing the new intro you should have just seen, and I hope you enjoyed it. So, for a few nerdy things, for those of you who are curious, yes, that is a template. It still took me, at least 20 plus hours, just to kind of get that intro put together, even though it was a template. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope you are. But, it's enough about the nerdy stuff. Let's move right into the weekly update. My weight. So I gotta tell you, I was a bit startled this morning when I stepped on the scale. My weight was 186.9. I mean, I even stepped off the scale and back on just to kind of be sure, because that's a loss of 3.6 pounds in 1 week. I mean, I don't know what to make of it, honestly. Or, it's also possible that it's just an outlier. I mean, there's a whole school of thought that basically tells you you should not weigh yourself daily. And the reason they say that is that weight fluctuates from day to day. And so one day you'll seem like, oh, I had a huge success, but then the next day it seems like all of that success was eroded. And that can be really demotivating for someone who's trying to lose weight. And while I've said in the past that I'm not necessarily trying to lose weight, I'm trying to lose fat, I'm more concerned about my body fat percentage. I'm also not stepping on the scale every day. I've decided that I'm going to do it once every week on Sunday morning. But even with a weekly weigh-in, there's still the potential for an anomaly, right? Because whatever day you picked could still be the day that your body decided, hey, I'm lighter today. Don't really have an answer. But with that grain of salt clearly defined, I'm going to celebrate. I lost 3.6 pounds. And then I'm going to prepare myself for the fact that maybe this is an outlier, an anomaly, and next week it won't be as good. I might even gain weight, but that's okay. The next thing is my stats. And that was a little weird too today. I mean, they all went down, except my thighs for some reason. Maybe it's because of the squats, quadriceps building, I don't really know. So they all went down, so it was a little that was weirded out a little bit. But I have to remind myself that I have 28% body fat as of the last measurement that I did that was, actually measured. That's almost 1/3 of my body mass is fat. Now, fat doesn't just concentrate in one place. It doesn't just concentrate in your belly. It doesn't concentrate in your hips. It kind of goes everywhere. It can be really visible in certain locations, but if you have a very visible area of your body that's high in fat, it's guaranteed there are whole other areas of your body that also have fat that aren't quite as visible. So it's possible that a lot of my measurements are going to go down just because that as the fat's consumed and converted into ketones or whatever, that, it's just my measurements are going to go down first. The other thing is, I have to confess, I am measuring myself. And I am not an expert. And while I'm really trying to keep track of how I'm measuring and where I'm placing the tape and trying to be sure that I'm not squeezing too much or too lightly, it would be folly to think that I've got this down and I'm doing it perfectly each time. So to speed up the review, I'm only going to show you a few things. First, we're going to do day 1. And then we're going to go ahead and show you last week. We're going to skip all the stuff in between. See what I looked like last week. And then, of course, today. Well, I'll be honest with you. I can't really tell the difference. But my clothes and my wife tell me it must be changing. So, I'm pretty happy. I mean, you know, the person whose opinion that matters the most to me, of course, is my wife. And she's definitively noticed and commented on it. So, I'm going to take it. The next thing is my ketones. My ketone levels, like I mentioned earlier, have kind of tracked up. For the first part of the week, they were in the high 2s. And then the last 3 days, they were in the mid 3s and sort of creeping up beyond the mid 3s. Monday, it was 2.9. Tuesday was 2.7. Wednesday, also 2.7. Thursday, it went up a whole tenth to a 2.8. Friday, it went to 3.3, and I was a little surprised. But Saturday, it repeated at 3.3. And this morning, with the crazy weight loss, it was 3.6. So, we're going to keep tracking this and just see if it continues. Now, my meals, I kind of made a decision that I'm not going to be as OCD about trying to take photographs at every meal. I mean, I've already kind of failed at that anyway. I'll still take photos as I think of it, but I'm not a food photographer, and I don't have a good camera with me whenever I'm eating. It was really more of a checkpoint more than anything else. And while I do want that accountability, I guess I'm pretty confident that I'm doing a good job at making sure that my grains are good. And my ketone levels sort of prove it. They really haven't gone down, you know, they've gone up. So while there will always be some photos and, you know, they will be reduced. But that said, here's the slideshow. So I gotta confess that Atomic Habits and I have not worked out very well together this week. And while I've enjoyed the book, I didn't finish it. It was a busy week, there's been a lot going on, and I frankly I spent way more time editing video than I did reading. And that kind of brings me to the next thing that I want to say, is that I am really working hard to increase the quality of these videos. But in the process of doing that, it's also taking me longer to edit them. Whenever I travel, I travel for work, and I have to work when I travel. And that can really interrupt my ability to get much videoing done. But again, overall, I really am happy about how things are progressing. Well, even though I fell down on the book reading a little bit this week, overall I'm just really happy about it. I'm really excited, and you know, I've got a few reasons why. I have gone through this for 27 days, and while I did fall down a little bit on the book process, I haven't fallen down on any of the other elements. I'm not doing any time wasters, I'm not eating badly, I am doing all of my workouts consistently, and it feels good to be able to look at you and say, I'm doing this every day. The other thing is, I feel really good. My energy levels are solid. And while I get tired like anyone else, I don't get that bone-tired exhaustion in the middle of the afternoon that I used to get. And that's great. And also, I feel confident. I recommit myself every day. I'm also having fun. While there's some days I wake up, like I said, and I just don't want to do this, I think about how much success I've had. And of course, I won't lie. I also think about the fact that I have to explain to all of you why I've let myself down. And that keeps me going. And the other thing that keeps me going is that in every case, once I begin my workout, I feel really good. And so whenever I have that moment where I think I don't want to work out, I remember that doing the workout feels good. And there's my update for week number 4. Day 27 is complete. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I hope that as I make all of the changes I'm making, that they're more engaging, more entertaining, and beyond that, as always, thanks for watching.